Hey everyone, it's me, Canadensis. Welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I post new doll and toy related videos multiple times every week. And in today's video, we are going to be committing a grievous sin. We're going to be unboxing dolls from the 1980s. All of these dolls are over 40 years old at this point. I am so sorry to say that in advance. And I'm so excited. I've been gathering these over the course of about a year now. And I am so excited to give them their first breath of the 2025 air. Honestly, I should have opened them in 2024 when there was still hope. But anyway, let me introduce you to our cast of characters. And if you would like to skip this part, you don't want to see the unboxing, you don't want to see what they look like in box, use the timeline below and you can just skip to when we're doing a close-up review of the dolls in detail. Anyways, this is Twisty Curls Barbie. I got her at an estate sale last year. She was $18. That's what she was marked anyway. I'm pretty sure I paid less because I got a big bundle of stuff. But it looks like her retail price was maybe $9.90, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a really expensive doll by today's standards, right? Like that's like a $30-ish doll, or maybe more actually. I thought that was kind of interesting. I might be wrong on the exchange rate, or not the exchange rate, but the inflation rate, I guess. But very interesting. She is so pretty, but her packaging is nasty. And this is really interesting actually because I found her again at another antique mall not that long after I found this one. And I was like, what are the odds of all the dolls I could have found? It's this one again. So maybe she was popular. I think she's absolutely beautiful and I cannot wait to check out her gimmick. And yeah, especially like look at the pictures. So cute. So this is our 1980s Barbie today, and the 80s is specifically where my Barbie knowledge is just down, not good. I know nothing, so really excited to start getting more familiar with that. I've had some 80s Barbie luck and just 80s luck in general recently, and I'd like to get more into 80s dolls. I mostly collect 80s dolls like these, although I never had any of these. These are Rose Petal Place dolls. I have wanted these since I was a young teenager, probably like 13 when I found out that they existed. I think they're so cute. So these were made by Kenner. They are little flower girls. They're meant to like work in your garden. We'll read the poem later when I flip the camera around, but yeah, there's a poem. So cute. I have two of the characters. I have Lily Fair and I have Daffodil. I believe Lily Fair is one of the more uncommon ones, or maybe she's just more popular. And she has blue hair, I think anyway, and she's based on the calla lily, which is my mom's favorite flower. And then we have Daffodil as well. I'm super excited about these. I found them both. Well, this one I found at a doll show for $40, and then this one I found this year actually at an antique mall for $40. And that's my budget. If she's brand new, perfect in box, I'll pay $40, maybe. If it's in person, and if I feel so inclined at the time, I'd rather pay like $10, honestly. But I was super excited when I found both of these, and I do not regret it, and I'm so excited to figure out what they're like. This is way more than I would normally spend on a doll, honestly. But we get to unbox them together. It's going to be super exciting, so join me. Anyway, and then we also have Chum Fau or Chum Huau. I don't know. I don't know Japanese and I have not seen this show. So you're probably like, Brooke, why did you buy that doll? It's a fairy doll and I'll get to it. So I don't know anything about this anime, but it's called Aura Battler Dunbine or Dunbine. I assume it's Dunbine. I was searching for fairy dolls, honestly. There's this like elf doll by the company Marmot that I'm looking for, and I got pretty desperate, so I just started looking up everything under the name like elf and fairy doll, and one day this came up. I think it was like over a year ago at this point, and I didn't buy her the first time I found her. She was super cheap at the time, so I was just kind of like, oh, that doll must be pretty common. Turns out I was wrong. She is actually decently common in box, but she'll tend to run you around $100 US. But when I had first found her, she went for like 30, and I've only seen her sold out of box one time in the time that I've been looking for her. So she's actually more common in box. So even though this packaging is basically perfect, I don't feel too bad about unboxing her. And Japanese dolls, thankfully, are packaged very minimally, so I could actually just slide her back in if I felt so inclined. I will be keeping this packaging because I think it's so cute. Well, it's just so special, and it's like actually like shiny. I don't know if you can tell, and so stoked. She actually has a little stand that you can attach to things with a suction cup, so she can be flying around with you. Super excited. I think she's true to size, too. I think she is like a little fairy size in the show. Anyways, now I'm going to show you what these look like up close, and then we'll unbox them together. Before we unbox our beautiful 1980s dolls, I thought I would show you what they look like in the packaging. you don't really get to see these unboxed every day. They become scarcer every year. And each of these has either messed up packaging or is extremely common secondhand in box for good prices. So I feel comfortable unboxing them, but if you have a problem with it, that's fine. But that's your truth, not mine. Anyway, this is Twirly Curls Barbie. Her packaging is definitely the worst. She was clearly left in a garage or in a window or something. She's got really bad sun fading, especially to the cardboard in the front here. But considering this is a 40-year-old doll, the packaging actually isn't that bad, but you'll see that the others are in much better shape. And I'm really excited to check out this gimmick. I actually had a My Little Pony set when I was younger that had a similar gimmick, and I had like just a little kit you could buy for your kids to braid their hair with, and I had so much fun with it. So really excited to see how this one works, because unfortunately I no longer have my little braiding thingy. You can see that this doll, I don't know. So it looks like she may be retailed for $9.90 at this store, and then she must have been sold at a garage sale or something, and then this is from the estate sale that I bought her from. Although I don't believe I actually paid $18 because I got a really good deal on this. If you don't recall, because you probably didn't watch the video if you're only interested in doll stuff, I got her at the estate sale in which I bought a ton of Care Bears, a really, really fantastic 80s Care Bears collection. And yeah, it's fun to twirl Barbie doll's hair. You can twirl yours too with help from mom. Oh, that's so sweet. And then as you can see, the box date is 1982. And I have taken pictures of this, so I will keep those for archival purposes. Anyway, next we have our Rose Petal Place dolls. These might be most excited about. I've been looking for Rose Petal Place dolls for years. Now, if you've ever heard me refer to these, I'm actually baffled because I refer to these decently regularly, like at least once every couple of months, and I've been calling them Rose Petal Palace dolls the entire time, and I have seen, I have not once been corrected on this matter. It's Rose Petal Place. It has been Rose Petal Place this entire time, and I've just been a fool. But these are so obscure that nobody corrected me on it, or you guys were just being nice. I don't know. Anyway, this is Lily Fair. She seems to be based on calla lilies, which is my mom's favorite flower, so she'll be extra special to me. I got her at a doll show. I paid $40 for her, I think, that's a really good deal for this character in particular, and just in general, a doll of this age in this perfect condition, in the packaging no less, is a great deal. This is the information. You can see 1984 is the box date. Tells you you can brush her hair and change her clothes, and there's the little poem about Rose Petal Place if you're interested. Long ago, on a day in May, a young girl had to go away and leave her lovely garden fair with no one to tend it, no one to care. So the child cried and her teardrops fell. It was as though they cast a spell, for they touched the petals of a rose, and magically, so the story goes, the rose and others came alive. Now it's here. They live and they thrive. In Rose Petal Place, there's a garden of love to share. Beautiful. I see what, alive, thrive. I guess that works. Just live makes it very confusing. Anyway, bring back poems on doll packaging. It's adorable. Anyway, we also have Daffodil. I found her at a Colorado antique mall. I think I also paid $40 for her. And they also did have Rose. I'm pretty sure it was Rose, but she was like $60, which honestly probably is a good deal considering they're perfect in the packaging, but I didn't want to pay $60. I don't know what to tell you. I'll find her. I would love to complete this collection. These are so gorgeous. I love their faces. They're so sweet. And yeah, I love the packaging. I'm actually going to be keeping these boxes. I'll probably be breaking them down, but I'll be keeping them. So yay. And this one's actually in pretty good condition, but again, these are pretty common to find in box, so I don't really feel too concerned about unboxing them. Just gorgeous box art. And then there's the photos of the doll. And it looks like they had some kind of point system, which is interesting because I don't really see any advertising about that. It's like if you know, you know, I guess. And then lastly, this one's in such perfect condition, although there is definitely, this looks like potential moisture that was in the packaging. I'm not entirely sure. But this is, and please forgive me, not only am I not Japanese, but I am not familiar with this series that she's from. But this is, I believe it's supposed to be Cham Fau, like ChamFau, but I see it spelled this way too. I'm not sure. I will try to watch the show now that I have the doll. This is a fairy doll from an anime called Aura Battler Dunbine. Yeah, it says right there. Obviously that name is in Japanese ordinarily. And I discovered her because I legit just searched fairy doll on the Japanese proxy service that I use, which I am a partner with. If you're interested in buying Japanese dolls, I'll link a video that you can use, or just information on that proxy in the description. That I bought this one myself, but I am going to partner with them. So if you're interested in buying Japanese products, that's the way to go about it. I'm sure this doll is a lot more expensive on American eBay. I paid, I think, $40 for her. So pretty good deal considering, again, her age and how perfect she is. But this doll, you don't really find her out of box. You almost exclusively find her in box. So again, very common in box. I don't feel too bad about unboxing her, but I will be keeping the box once again. Anyway, I love this packaging, this absolutely beautiful picture of the doll. I'm very curious if her wings actually flutter. I hope so. I hope you can actually move them like that. That would be so exciting. I can't read to you what it says on the packaging, but I love that it shows this little flying situation here with the doll on a lamp. That is so adorable. And this artwork is absolutely beautiful. I love the style of the time. It's so pretty. So yeah, she's just a cute little fairy. I love the lines on her legs. I think they're super cool, and face looks pretty good too. I'm super excited, and oh my god, she does come with the suction cup. Oh yay! I was thinking like, oh, is this just a suggestion? Like, get a suction cup, but no, she legit comes with it. Yay! Oh my god, that is such a delight. I actually hadn't noticed that before, and she seems to come with some kind of little cards too. Anyway, that's it. Give you a quick look, the full packaging if you'd like to see it. And again, I did take photos, so no worries there. And she seems to have been made by a company called Clover, so I'll have to see what other dolls they potentially made. So I think we have a good mix of dolls here. It's not going to be too common that I'm like, okay, we're unboxing 4 dolls from the 1980s today, right? I've been saving these for a while now, since last year. So, well, that's not saying much, but since kind of the beginning of last year. I think I got her back in like March or April. Okay, now let's unbox them. She's the last doll that I showed. I'm going to open her first. Let's open Chum Fau. Should I just not say her name because I'm saying it wrong? It's okay. Let's get her out of here. Now, there isn't tape, so it is possible she was already a repackage. I somewhat doubt it because she had like wrap around her box, and I honestly don't really care. She does have this little form here, I guess, so you could send in if there were any issues with her. So it's pretty cool to have that. It's pretty old at this point. And then the packaging is actually with these little bungee cord things. See, it is so refreshing to unbox a doll where I don't have to snip 45 little plastic tea ties that are all harming my doll actively. Oh, is this permanently attached? It is! Interesting. And oh no. The suction cup has like melted. It is sticky. I guess I could probably find a way to replace that, but now my hand is sticky. And I'm very curious if the wings flap. Oh, they do. Well, they don't like flap, but you can move them around however you want to. And then her legs are permanently postured. She has this big, awesome 80s hairdo. And she has, I guess it's like a mullet. It's like a perm mullet situation with the big bangs. Oh, I'm so bummed about the suction cup. But honestly, I didn't even realize she would come with the suction cup. The ones I've seen out of box, or the one I've seen out of box, did not come with the suction cup. So, and in the packaging, I couldn't quite tell. But that is really cool. And I guess it could function as a stand too. You could like, I don't know, but this doll is awesome. I love a little fairy doll. I think she's going to display, well, I don't know if I want to display her with my anime dolls or if I'm going to display her with my like other fairy dolls, because I have Krista from Fern Gully and she's about the same size and I think they'd be so cute together. But I don't know. But yeah, here she is, and we'll take a closer look at her later. That suction cup got stuck to me. It's really sticky. We also have these little bookmark sort of things. I don't know if they're just supposed to be packaging or if they're supposed to be something you keep. And I believe this show is a mecha show, not only because of this, I had looked it up before as well. And it's the 80s, like, and I looked it up. This show came out in, I think, 83, and it has, I think, around 80 episodes, so this doll could range from, like, 83 to maybe around 86. I didn't actually look up when the last episode aired, honestly. So She is still 80s. I don't know if she's early 80s like the others, because the box unfortunately didn't have a date unless I missed it. And it's possible I did miss it, but I don't know. Yeah, I love her. But let's move on to our next doll. We'll do one at the Rose Petal Place now, and then we'll move to Twirly Curls Barbie. Okay, we have to start with Lily Fair because she is the first one that I got a hold of. So it has been so hard for me not to just go ahead and open this, and I thought about just doing a random unboxing with these, just throwing them in with a bunch of other dolls, but I thought, no, if I do like an 80s video, it'll be more thoughtful, it'll be like more fun. I don't know, because I think like if you're collecting vintage dolls or if you're just interested in vintage dolls, a video that's just labeled like unboxing 80s dolls would be more fun, would be more entertaining, would be more interesting. Why won't this not come out? Ooh, look at that. Yeah, this packaging is not... The other one is in a lot better condition. This one is not super good. Okay, we got it. We really do care. We make each toy with tender, loving care. If there's a problem with your toy as you receive it, please let us know. There's a lot of, like, schmutz getting on my desk. I'm gonna have to clean this. Which I basically do after every video anyway. But I'll disinfect. I don't always disinfect. Anyway, we have a pamphlet. I thought this was just some kind of banner thing. Oh my god. It's a little storybook. We'll look at this up close later. Oh, and there's all the characters. Sunny Sunflower. Oh my god. I haven't seen Orchid. I've seen Iris and Daffodil. I feel like Daffodil is one of the more common ones, or I don't know. Oh, the fashions. I do see the fashions reasonably often. We've got Nastina and the Rose Petal purse. Gonna need Pitter Pat. I actually did not know about Tumbles and Pitter Pat, if I'm being honest with you. This line is relatively obscure. I don't believe they got more releases past what's in this booklet here. And I never really see people talk about them. It said parent, up here, it says parent should remove plastic thread to remove pat and purse. Oh, that's so that they're not like permanently tied to your doll. And look at this. Some rubber bands have broken, that's why these came out, but this is the only packaging that's actually holding the doll in. It's just this little plastic tie, or I guess it's like a wire tie, and then your doll is free. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And oh, she has glitter legs. Okay, so it seems like part of the gimmick is that you can take off this little skirt thing to have a different look. I guess it shows it on the back of the box as if it's notable. It said Lily Fair's outfit is removable, and then it specifically shows the skirt. I don't know. There's fashion packs, so I guess it's just letting you know, because some dolls don't have fully removable clothes, like she has painted on tights. I don't know, but these just come off as little fairies. I don't think they are. I really think they're just supposed to be little flower guys. I don't know. She does have a little purse. It's actually quite large compared to her. It's very, very cute. She has a comb. And I don't believe I found this one before. I find 80s toy combs reasonably often. And then I was gobsmacked when I saw this in her box when I got her. I did not realize that these came with stands. Now this is a huge plus for getting them in box because I'm getting everything. I feel like secondhand, even if you got one complete, you probably wouldn't get the stand. And do I need the stand? Not necessarily. I could figure something else out. But how perfect is that? And I wonder if anybody has started 3D printing or resin making these, because that is so nice. That is so useful. And I just wish every doll came with something like this. We don't need the big elaborate stand. We need fun things like this. We're gonna have a lot of stands today. I think Barbie's gonna be the only one that doesn't come with one. This doll is absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. It's so funny. When I first saw her, I thought she was green because her packaging window, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's so yellowed. Let me put something white behind it. Look, it's really quite yellowed. So she looked greenish or tealy. And I don't know a whole lot about this line. I knew it existed. I knew what its general vibe was. And I was very interested in owning them. So it's been over a decade, so I'm very happy now. Anyway, now it's time to unbox Twirly Curls Barbie. This will be the oldest Barbie I've ever opened. Maybe the oldest Barbie I will ever open, because if I do end up with the 70s one in box, I think I'll leave that alone. Is this the oldest doll I've ever unboxed? I do have older dolls with their box, and that would be my Chrissy doll, but I do believe this is the oldest thing I've ever unboxed in general, so kind of fun. I might be blanking on something, honestly, because this one's from 82. The others are from 80. I think the Rose Petal Place was 84 or 83. Where is it? Yeah, 84. And then Chum Fau is anywhere from 83 onward. Okay, I think I need to cut another piece of tape. There is so much questionable, like, bits getting onto my table, and I'm just going to ignore them. Like, I'm just not going to think about it. It's okay. Big advocate for unboxing things because you never know. Important. For best sticking action, place small amount of tap water on bottom of suction cup. Good to know. I actually did not know that trick. Okay, I'm gonna have to vacuum after this because questionable. We have the original instruction booklet from 1982 or 83. I don't know if the box date aligns all the time. And well, I know it doesn't always. I just don't know about this era. Look at the art. So pretty. And we'll look at the instructions later, figure that stuff out. And then we have the Barbie fan club little mailer, which is so cool because I actually just got a bunch of Barbies, some from the 70s and some from the 80s, and they came with a Barbie fan club mailer piece. Different one. It was just straight up paper. But how fun. Okay. This Barbie appears to be held in by a rubber band that has rotted and another one of these little plastic tie things. And notice how current doll companies. This doll is from 1982. She's over 40 years old and she has sat in a box that is not well taken care of that entire time. Notice how, well, the rubber bands have rotted, but notice how perfect. Like, you guys, I don't understand the packaging that you guys do. It costs more to do. It harms the dolls. This is all you need to do. Please. I don't get it. I mean, I do get it. I've talked to designers before. I know why they do it. And it's the company that makes them do it. But like, if you didn't know, by the way, and I don't know if this is across the board for all companies. I'm only going to speak on the one that I talked about. And I'm not going to say which one because I don't think that I should. I don't want to get anybody into trouble. But an alarming amount of the budget for the dolls goes into the packaging, sometimes even up to like a fifth or a fourth of the budget goes into the packaging and shipment and all of that kind of stuff. And they put the packaging in like what is essentially just a shaking machine, and it just shakes them around, and they're supposed to be able to come out perfect on the other end. So that's why these dolls come with this ridiculous amount of plastic ties and this ridiculous amount of like gel and stuff in their hair. But I just truly don't think it's that necessary. Like, I know shelf presentation is important, but is it worth the deficit in the amount of money you're going to make on the dolls and the damage to the dolls themselves? I don't think so. Anyway, her hair is really gelled, and I wonder if that has to do with the gimmick or what. Well, it's not gelled, it's like wax. See? It's really interesting. I could still brush through this, but I don't really know what that's about. Gorgeous dress. Absolutely beautiful face. And now that I have unboxed this doll from 82, I know her face, and I will hopefully know, okay, next time I see an 80s doll, that is an 80s doll. Okay, next we have the braiding thingy, which is also just attached with one of these little twist tie things. They're called twist ties, right? I don't know why I kept calling them other things. And there are so many weird little things on my table now. There's like just tape bits and rubber band and little dirt things. Okay, this has sustained quite a bit of sun damage. Ooh, I wonder if this is actually going to function. It's possible the plastic will have become too brittle, but that's okay. We'll try, though. We will try. But cool. This isn't for the faint of heart, y'all. I don't know how long this bug has been dead, but there was a little creature. I'm not going to show it. Certainly very dead, but I've taken entomology classes, and I don't know who that guy was, but good. Anyway, sorry, I left to go clean the desk because I was like, not putting up with that one. I can put up with anything, but not the bug. Anyway, we have all of her little accessories. There's more little schmutz bits coming off. And yeah, that's, again, your reminder that even if you get a doll brand new in box and she looks clean, clean the doll. Even if it's just a light cleaning. I did a video showing what a light cleaning is to me. Just a preparation, just so she can enter your collection nice and perfect. Like this doll, she's so old and she's so perfect that I'll probably do very much like a wipe down. I won't do like a full-on soak like I usually will do, because box fresh dolls, I like to keep them factory styled, especially like this. This is perfect. Just clean them. Just clean them. Anyway, accessories. And then we have her chair, which is what the suction cup thing was referring to. This suction cup is not sticky, but it does seem like it's may not work. Well, oh, it does. Cool. I wish the Chum Fau doll had used the same material. And yeah, that's it. That's all it took to unbox. I'm gonna clean the desk again. Sorry, y'all. This unboxing is particularly gross. So I went ahead and scrubbed down this little area again. But here's Twisty Curls Barbie. She, thankfully, is absolutely perfect. There's nothing in her hair except some rotted rubber bands, but thankfully the rubber bands have held their own good enough that her factory hairstyle is still in place, but you can see that that rubber band is done. Like that's it for the rubber band. And I'm so excited. I'm specifically like looking into 80s Barbies a little bit more right now, because this is so silly, but my mom saw my videos that I posted about my Colorado thrift hunting, and she texted me and said, oh my god, I had Golden Dream Barbie, like I had that doll. And that's news to me. I knew she had Spectra dolls and a Cher doll, or Spectra doll. I have her Spectra doll. But I didn't know about any Barbies that she had. And normally, like, I think most people would not recognize the exact Barbie dolls that they had. So, like, that long ago. So I was like, ah! So did you have this one? Yeah, gorgeous. Can't wait to see how the gimmick works. I did play with this a little bit, and it does function, at least. I'm worried about these. I think they're little clips that you gotta put in the hair to make it function. We'll see. Yeah, gorgeous. Super hyped. I also wanted to put in a little addendum. So that doll's from 1982. I do have this doll that, unfortunately, I'm pretty upset about this, but I found her at the antique mall, and her box wasn't perfect, but I haven't uploaded the video yet. That's gonna be the next thrift hunt. The attendant dropped the doll right in front of me after I had handed her to the attendant, and fell on the floor, and the box broke really bad. And I'm pretty sure this is from the 1960s, but anyway, this will probably be the oldest thing that I've unboxed once I unbox her. I wasn't going to, but now I will. And then I also recently unboxed a Japanese doll that I believe is probably from the 70s, maybe the 60s. So I wouldn't call it an unboxing though. She was in a bag that was super brittle, so I just slid her out of the bag. Anyway, so this is the oldest doll that I've like unboxed, but not the oldest doll that I've opened. Anyway, now it's time to unbox Miss Daffodil, and this one feels a little bit bad to unbox because it's so perfect. I mean, even the tape is still in place perfectly. She doesn't even have like the, why am I'm gonna make there be weird comments about this. There isn't even one of those annoying price tags on here, but the way these dolls are packaged, you could super easily put them back in if I so desired to. Not to sell her or anything. I would never do it just to try to trick somebody into thinking she wasn't ever unboxed or something. But also, again, these dolls are quite common secondhand in their boxes still for good prices, and it's my doll, not yours. Anyway, where did this fall out of? Weird. We really do care. Maybe it's supposed to be in the back and it was just kind of stuck in the top on the other one. There's this little piece of cardboard that was punched out at some point. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, her stand is a different color. Interesting. Let's turn her around and undo the ties. This is quite interesting because it seems like the packaging for Lily Fair was not like this. So maybe Lily Fair had been removed from the box before, which is totally fine. I don't care. But, or her packaging had just fallen apart more over time. Oh, this is where the little circle came from. It was the punch from one of these. Cool. Okay, then we're going to get these ties out. We have a white brush. This one smells peculiar. Oh, are these scented? It definitely says they're flower scented. I don't like flower smells. I would say yes, this is a doll that I guess is flower scented. It's just not ideal. It smells like weird potpourri, but that is a flower smell, I guess. But it is also old, so this might not be the original smell. But Strawberry Shortcake did the scented doll thing better because fruit smells are just generally more agreeable. Do kids like flower smells? No, I never did. I'm just not into them. But it's totally cool if you are. It's just not for me. Okay, this was actually held in with a plastic tea tie, but it wasn't on my Lily Fair doll. So again, she might have been unboxed before, which is fine. She didn't have the tape or anything either. I bought her knowing that her packaging was messed up. I saw that the doll was in there. I saw her accessories and I was happy. Her bag is pretty similar to Lily Fair's. The plastic tie fell out. It's a big tea tie right there. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to clean this desk again. Then we'll be turning the camera around and taking a closer look at everybody. Welcome to the flip side. Now we're going to be taking a close-up look at all of our dolls, and we're going to start with this beautiful Twisty Curls Barbie from 1982. And now that I'm looking at her up closer, she is definitely messier than I was giving credit for. She's still in pretty good condition, I would say, but her hair is super, super greasy, and I can't tell if that's some kind of product that Mattel had put in to make her easier to play with, or for packaging, or if it's because of the disgusting rubber band melting. So hopefully I can get this residue out, because like, look at that. And this is a reminder that just because a doll is in box doesn't mean they're going to be in like perfect, better condition, or that keeping them in the box is the best way to keep them nice. As you can see, this packaging did not protect her from the really bad sun damage that she got and this melting. And this kind of stuff happens. I mean, the sun damage wouldn't happen without the sun, but some of this stuff happens regardless of the conditions you keep them in. And then you can see her legs have this weird red brown residue on them. I don't know what that is, so hopefully that'll wash out. But anyway, let's just take a look at the doll. Always want to start by looking at the doll's beautiful face, and this one is particularly gorgeous. We really kick off the 80s with a very sweet look for Barbie. I love her dimples. Does she only have one dimple? What am I looking at here? I don't know. I see one here. Maybe that's just from being packaged or something. Maybe that's not supposed to be there. I don't know. But anyway, my point is she's very, very sweet looking. Mine does have a bit of an eye mispaint, but it's okay. No earrings. And the hair is just so greasy. But it is very nice quality saran hair. This feels basically like the saran hair we have today. So it seems like they convened around this time. And we got... Well, it could have been a little bit earlier. Not sure. I think I've definitely encountered some 70s dolls that have basically this identical hair. The dress is very, very nice. It's kind of just random. It's just a pretty dress because the point of this doll is the gimmick. But you can see there's a tie around. It's not Velcro. You actually do have to tie it. And I really like the way they have gathered it in to make this really pretty effect. Like, this is actually a really impressive dress considering it's just the random dress that they put on this doll. Or I'm sure they designed it for her too. She has a belt that does have a metal snap thing, or is that like a... Yeah, it's a snap. See? Sewn into place. Oh, it is not a separate belt? Okay. Ooh! Oh, look! The sun has faded her dress. This is the original color. How funny. So it's actually a swimsuit with a skirt, I guess, or like a bodysuit, I guess. It doesn't have to be a swimsuit. But that's cool. It makes her quite versatile. It does look a little bit beachy. And then just look at the beautiful ruffle. Like, this dress's design is so awesome. And that explains the weird color situation going on. It's because the sun that this doll was exposed to. And that's fine. It's not super obvious, honestly. So, yeah. This material is, like, not as nice as the material they use, the like more vinyl-y material as opposed to the harder plastic material. So this generally will get discolored. I don't think it's always related to the sun, though I think that is usually going to be the culprit. But yeah, also this doll has really, really nice long hair and a ring, which is pushed in like an earring. But it does have like a stop, so you can't just pull it out. I mean, you could, you just have to pull really hard. Yeah, factory style, middle part. Hair is mostly down. There was some hair tucked back with rubber band like this, and it has a little twist too. I think it twists, yeah, there's a twist all the way down, but the rubber band was here, and I guess another one here. And then she also has a rubber band, it's kind of stuck here, but down here. That one's still there. That one survived. And it's just a little braid coming out of the, oh, it comes from here and goes around. So, yeah, if you ever wanted to recreate the factory style, there it is. It's just the bands have melted. I'll try to recreate that. Anyway, then we have her chair, and you can see all of this is just from playing with her hair right now. That's all rubber band gunk. This is her chair. It actually looks like it'll hold her quite well. Let's try it. I'm very curious actually because it has the suction cup, which is good, and it does hold itself decently well, and it probably worked better 40 years ago. But I'm curious if this will actually hold the doll, because a lot of playsets like this, like, it would be nice, but it never actually holds them well. Okay. Yes, this actually does hold her quite well. Okay, so this would actually be a viable option for styling dolls. That is impressive. That is unusual as well. Yay! So, that's what she looks like in her chair. Definitely not like a fun, decorative dollhouse chair, but it is an effective doll hair styling chair. So if you, especially if you do the tip with the water that they talked about, this tip right here, it would hold quite well, and you'd be able to do the hair. I'm pulling pretty hard, actually, so that is actually really, really nice. And I love that the suction cup is still nice. I was not expecting that after the Japanese doll. Anyway, then we have her braider. This setting just kind of twists the hair around. And then you have another setting that twists. And then I thought there was a third setting where it does both. Yeah, that's both. So, that's really fast. So, yeah. Nifty. I mean, it seems well designed. It looks like you, like, I don't want to break it, so we'll look at the instructions. And you do get quite a few accessories, so let's get into them. Shoes, of course. Very, of their time here. A lot of Barbie shoes are exactly this. Thank goodness this kind of stopped being acceptable when they started doing, like, actual shoes. I mean, those are shoes, but you know what I mean. Here's the little barrettes. I'm very curious what the little design is. The little, like, S shape. I don't know. But yeah, you get, I think, 4 barrettes. These are all rubber band gunk pieces. I just cleaned the table. This, whose hair is that? It's been trapped in here for 40 years. Anyway, comb, brush. These are actually pretty good for brushing your doll's hair. And then you also get 2 ribbons. Cool. And then we have our Barbie fan club. Or get a genuine fashion. Wow. Make every day a Barbie fun day. Just send me the proof of purchase from 3 genuine Barbie dolls. I love send me the proof of purchase. Like, who was the guy? And then, be a Barbie fan. Have more Barbie fun. Take it from me. Barbie. The Barbie fan club is super fun. Because when you're a Barbie fan club member, you're my special best friend. So I'll tell Space you all kinds of secret stuff about me and Ken and everything. I'll make sure you know Barbie news before anyone else. Plus, members get all kinds of neat stuff, like the Barbie Fan Club news. It comes to you in the mail 4 times a year, and it's pages and pages of fun. So come on, be a Barbie fan. Have more Barbie fun. See how to join for free. Oh, how to join for free is on the back side. Cool. I wonder why it was headquartered in Michigan. I mean, maybe Mattel does? I don't know. Okay. Then we have the instructions. So this very more 70s looking art. I mean, to me, like the hair of Barbie, and then it tells you all the stuff. The twirly curler explains to you how to put her in the chair, how to style the hair. So they do function like barrettes. You just stick the hair in. Then press in and out on the trigger until the sections of the hair are twisted. Then turn the switch. Match the double bars on the side, and then use the barrette to hold them in place. And look at that beautiful artwork. There's a 90-day limited warranty. So, do you think that applies? Kidding. But listen, I should have 90 days after unboxing the doll, right? Anyway. Okay. I mean, what if someone found one of these in, like, pretty good condition at the flea market and just did not realize it was super old, you know? Let's see what we can do with the gimmick. Hopefully I can at least get something going. Okay, let's scoot her over here. It's gonna be awkward to try to do it on camera. Alrighty. I opened up the little barrette things, and we're going to close them on the ends of the hair as instructed. There's 1 and 2. These are not equally sized hair sections. Okay. Now you put it to the 1 and you twist them. feel like I'm doing something wrong. But let's do this now. I think I twisted them too much, honestly. It's okay. Now we twist it around. Okay, that actually functions extremely well and looks really, really good. Okay, and then the final step was to take this out. Oh, well, I'm sure that it just inserts right back in. Take it from me that I'm going to be the one to break this thing first try. Okay, then you just snap it into place. And there you go. See, these are like the hair play toy to me. Like, I did not know how to do my own hair. I still to this day cannot style. Like, I can do a ponytail. Don't get me wrong. Like, I can put a ponytail in my hair, but I can't do it correctly. Like, it always looks bumpy and weird and wrong, and there will be hair out of place. Like, I don't know how to do it. But I did have something that was basically this. It was blue, and I think you could put beads in it too to make there be beads in your hair. And we got it at a garage sale, and I loved that thing. I used it on my ponies all the time, and I used it on my hair. And I was terrified to use things on my hair because I just did not know what I was doing. And my head is really like, it hurts really, really bad if you put my hair up. Like, I get a headache instantly. It's crazy. So anything that had me styling my hair as a child was golden, basically. All of that is to say, I love how I'm going instantly to review mode. Like, if you want your child to have fun styling hair, you should get this 1980's Barbie doll. But anyway, look for these. Like, they do still exist. You can still buy things like this. This one is actually very well done. I mean, it worked. I didn't do it quite right. You can see the bottom got messed up, but that looks phenomenal. Like, I love that. Look at this thing. I was so scared some piece of the mechanism would have gotten brittle over time and broken, because you can really see the fading here. Now, you can actually fix this with a technique called retrobrighting that I really, really want to try, but I think it's going to be kind of an investment. You have to get like UV lights and stuff. Anyway, well, the method I want to use is a UV bath specifically. Next, we'll be taking a look at the Rose Petal Place dolls, not the Rose Petal Palace dolls. I'm sorry, I'm like really bothered that I've been wrong about that for so long. So here they are. They are both absolutely adorable. I'm so sorry if you saw Barbie's rubber band mess. Scooch it out of the way. I thought I'd start off by just introducing you to Rose Petal Place. If you did not read the poem with me earlier, you can go back and see that, but the story is that a child was sad because they were going to move away and not be able to take care of the flowers anymore. Live forever! And the tears brought her flowers to life. So the garden is filled with singing and happiness, even when threatened by Nastina. And you can see the absolutely beautiful artwork here of our characters. Let me zoom in a little bit more so the quality's better. And then here's these 6 Rose Petal Place dolls. I believe they only did the one wave, but I could totally be wrong. And if you've seen more than this and you're like, wait, what? It's because there were kind of a lot of fashions. So, I mean, look at this. That's really a lot. I'm loving the 10th one. That is such a pretty fashion. And I really, really like the, I think this is a nightgown. And this gown. Oh, there's so many good ones. Anyway, then we have the Rose Petal purse. Oh, it says you can hold all the dolls. Oh, it says pockets inside. Cute. Then we have Nastina. I love that they always did the villains. Tumbles the Hedgehog. Yet Winx Club took how long to make a character of each of the 3 main villains? Pitter Pat. Well, to be fair, there were villains of them pretty early on, but they only did it the one time, and they were already rare. They've only done it, I think, 2 or 3 times now. And then Rose Petal Cottage. The Rose Petal Roadster. So yeah, that's Rose Petal Place, not Palace. It's not Palace. And then I also got, with both of them, a little thing from Kenner. So hopefully they still answer. Okay. So now let's take a look at our dolls. So these are pretty simple little dolls, but I'm pretty impressed with what I've seen so far. I'm actually shocked that they seem to have different face sculpts. I have 2 different face sculpts right here, and there's probably more. And I can't quite tell, but it almost looks like we have different heights, but it might just be because this one has a short round head and this one has a longer head. I don't know. That's very interesting. I'm going to set Daffodil aside and we'll start by looking at Lily Fair. So again, Lily Fair is based on calla lilies, and I noticed this little teardrop on their flowers, and I'm realizing that that's probably the teardrop from the lore. The little girl's teardrop that brought them to life. If so, that is quite possibly the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. So Lily's is on her front calla lily. I love these little calla lilies. They do have plastic ties holding them in place. And there's also, like, I guess they could be tied on with the, like, as a headband. I don't know. But I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going to wash around that when I wash her hair. Hair's in really good shape, too. It's curled. It feels like nylon hair. That's what I'm going with. I'm not confident. And I can smell something. This one Daffodil smells very strong. Lily Fair does not. But it's probably just because Lily Fair's packaging was kind of open and Daffodil's was not. They both have very simple outfits. Lily's has a little bow. You can untie it and then just have her leotard on. And the leotard doesn't have any kind of closure. It's just open in the back, which is a method that is used for doll clothes sometimes. And I really love the little bows on the sleeves. So cute. So precious. And it's a nice quality fabric. Just unfortunately, it is quite see-through, but there is a big skirt over it, so it's not that big of a deal. They used this really cool material for the skirt that made the fabric, like, get all loopy on itself. I know there's something called horsehair, I think, that does something like this. I doubt that's what this is, but it's actually a 2-layered skirt, too. And the material here, I think it might just be a really nice quality tulle. I'm not confident what it is. It's so nice, though. It's very soft. It does seem like it's not finished on the ends, and I doubt it's laser cut because of the time period, so I definitely think that's an area where it could be quite delicate. And look at her sparkly legs. I love it. Her legs are so sparkly and cute. And she has little white shoes on as well. They are non-removable shoes, which honestly, on mini dolls from the 80s, when I see that, I just, like, pump my fist in the air because it means I will not have to worry about finding shoes for them. I don't know anybody else. When it's a modern doll, please give me shoes. But when it's an older doll, I'm like, please just don't. Like the Disney Fairies dolls, why did those have shoes? Anyway, I'm joking. It's good to have removable shoes. I forgot to show you the eyebrows and just the face in general. Just a very, very pretty doll. And Lily Fair comes with this little purse, which has a satin material as the bag piece. It's quite open and spacious, and it seems to have a drawstring, but I can't get the drawstring to engage, so I think it might. I think it's just because it's old. I don't know, though. Yeah, look, okay. Well, I stretched it out. Now, if it doesn't go back in, that'll be awkward. Okay, it does. Okay. Drawstring does work. It just doesn't let it close all the way for some reason. I don't know why. And then it has that same material that they used on the skirt. So, cute. The stand actually works remarkably well. And you just slide her feet in. And it's just this little green. This one's very light green. Very spring green. Stand. It's got leaves. It's got flowers. It's very cute. It's very simple. This would not cost very much for, like, every doll line ever to do. I wish that more would do it. And Lily Fair, she's blue, and she comes with the blue comb. It is a very nice comb. I like the design of it a lot. And the tines of the comb are actually a good length. This would actually be pretty decent for detangling. Obviously, I wouldn't be using combs for detangling, but in a pinch, this isn't bad. As far as doll combs go. Anyways, this is Daffodil. Absolutely adorable. She also has the little teardrop rhinestone thing that I actually want to cry. That is so cute. Her daffodil hat is very impressive. I don't know if the Lily Fair ones, little lilies, are just kind of smushed from sitting in the packaging and gravity working on them for years or what, but daffodils really work. Like, look at that. They did such a good job on this. This is like a suede-ish material here. There's a big unsightly plastic tie, but I'm not removing that. I'm not doing it. And then you have this pleated, or I don't know what you call it when it's like ironed to be like this, but this fabric that makes the perfect little middle part of our daffodil. And look at the gorgeous embroidery around the edge. This is a really, really impressive piece. I love that. And then we also have her hair in what I guess is supposed to be a high ponytail. You can see there is a rubber band in there, and there's this piece that's forcing the hair upward. I assume it's supposed to be some kind of updo. And I can't stop touching her arms, but they're super sticky. I don't know if you can see that, but there's definitely a, I think, plasticizer leak. So if you don't know what's going on here, most likely plastic breathes just like anything else, it off gases, and if it's in a sealed environment for a long time, that off-gassing has nowhere to go, so it resettles back on. Now, this normally is never going to be a problem. It's not really dangerous. It's not something you need to worry about. But if a doll is sealed in its packaging for a super long time, it is actually dangerous for the doll because this stuff is not good for the doll. So this arm is not sticky, actually. It's just this arm, so kind of interesting. And I bet her legs are sticky too. Yeah. So she'll need a really good scrub down. It's actually hard to get that sticky off if it's on their faces, especially. Luckily, these ones do not have it on their faces. Okay. Rant over. But again, that is why don't condemn people who unbox dolls. It can actually be better for them. It really just depends on the situation. And also, people can do what they want. Stay mad. Anyway, she has really cute green eyes, a very nice, like, large forehead, cute little smile. She does appear to have little dimples. And yeah, I really like the faces on these. Mine's missing a plug of hair. Anyway, moving down, her outfit, instead of being a skirt and a bodysuit, is a little ruff collar thing and a dress. This dress is awesome. It has that same material as the middle part of the flower here. These are the petals. This is the thingy. I know what it does anatomically. Like, I know what this is. I just don't know what you would call that exact structure on a daffodil. Is it just the bell? I don't know. Anyway, this dress is amazing. I love the shape. So it has this thread around the very, very top to create this little fanned out area. And then it has almost a bell shape coming down to the bottom where they put this adorable little bow. I love that detail. Sewed it to be all rouged, I think is the word, and then just bells out. And then you have that same gorgeous trim, little scalloped embroidery action. I have no idea how they did that. Is it some kind of special serging technique? I don't know, but it's on the bottom. It's very nice. And then underneath you just have a simple, like, flannel type, cotton type fabric. I don't know. It's great. She does have little molded on shoes as well. She has a light yellow to her, like, her painted on tights, and then yellow shoes. There's her stand. It's a darker green, and it's the same exact sculpt as the other stand, which is not surprising. I cannot get her back in. I'm doing it wrong. I think her dress is getting in the way. There we go. It's harder to do on camera. And then we have the ruff collar, which same thing going on. It's got that pleated fabric, pre-pleated, super, super nice. The bow is the yellow bow with the white polka dots. I wonder which direction it's supposed to be. Like, should it be in line with the other bow? Or should it be in the middle? Or should it be off to the other side? I don't know. There is a really big, unsightly Velcro in the back, though. So I know that that's the back, I guess. And yeah. Just absolutely darling. I love her little face. And again, I'm really shocked that they have different face sculpts. Again, I just haven't really looked at them too closely online before. And I love how different their vibe is. Like, the silhouettes of their dress are totally different. And their faces and everything. So, so cute. More schmutz on the table. Sorry, when you're opening vintage dolls, it's just part of it. Daffodil comes with a white comb, which I think would match Lily better, because Daffodil doesn't really have white going on with her outfit, but it's fine. And then we have this yellow bag, which has a lot of that really nice pleated kind of organza material with the amazing serged scalloped edge. I really want to know how they did that. I've never seen anything like that, especially on a doll. It's beautiful. And all of the bags, again, seem to be drawstring bags. This one's just tied. So I'm going to leave that alone. That's another hint that maybe this one had been unboxed before, but again, I don't really care. Okay, so that is it for these two little fairy friends. Now it's time for our last doll, who I need to figure out how I'm going to present her to you, because she has a stand that's rotting, so I can't use it, but it's also in the way of another stand being used, so I will be right back. I've got her flying on this stand. She just has a weird thing coming out of her back. But anyway, this is our Cham Fau doll, I believe, from Aura Battler Dunbine. It's an anime from the 80s, so this is a Japanese doll, and she was created, I believe, by the company Clover, who I'm not really familiar with, so it's interesting. And this doll is very, very simple. She's much more of like a little, well, I mean, action figures are dolls. Let's be clear. The term action figure was invented so that dolls could be marketed to Boys, that was the point. I'm not kidding. Yeah, this doll's really, really pretty. So let's just get into it. This one's very simple, similar to the Rose Petal Place doll, so this won't take long. Face is not the best. It does get the point across, and it's very cute, and thankfully the bangs do cover it quite a bit. I think the eyes just need to be positioned a little bit differently, because I think the sculpt is fine. I don't know, but it is a little anime face, and, you know, they did what they could. The perm is awesome. Like, I love it. The hair I do think is nylon as well. It is very, very soft hair. I reckon I could match it with a My Little Pony, most likely from the same time period. I don't know. It's a pretty specific color. Maybe it's not nylon. It feels a little bit fluffier than nylon normally does, but it's hard with dolls from the 80s because the hair, like, it feels a little bit different after 40 plus years, right? Yeah. Really, really cool. And then it's interesting, it's just the way it was in the packaging, but all of her hair is kind of coming off to the side, but it's definitely supposed to be like a mullet just sticking downward. All right, I wanted to show you how her wings are attached to the back. So there is this thing. I think it's supposed to be like a little wing cover sort of thing, like a beetle has. I don't know if that's actually part of her design or if they added that just to help hide all this stuff going on back here. I don't know. It's interesting that this metal piece is not removable, so that tells me that this is exclusively meant to be like a little display piece, which is fine. I mean, you can still play with her, but I guess just on the stick. It is metal. This is very much rotting, so I'm gonna have to get that off because it's melting and it's disgusting and it's getting like residue on my hand as we speak. It's icky. But yeah, suction cup. So the idea was that you could stick her to stuff so that she would be flying around your room. And I think that that is so whimsical and fun, and we should bring that back. More of that, please. There's a metal brad here that combines everything together, and there's a little plastic piece in the back to accommodate, and everything just kind of twists around. I suspect that these dolls were pretty... Well, hi! Well, I was not expecting you. Hello! Would you like to join us? She's smelling the flower dolls. Anyway, I was trying to say I suspect that these dolls are pretty hard to find with the wings still intact, if they're out of box, which might be why I don't really see them out of box ever, because the more you would engage with this, the more it will crumble. But it seems to be holding up really nicely. Of course, this one was in the box, but this is just acetate plastic. It is a good thickness. This is the thickness that I would use to make doll wings. Maybe a little bit thicker if you could. Oh, look, there's a miscut there. Yeah, I'm already getting fingerprints all over it, and it's just kind of printed on somehow. It's cool. Her outfit is very simple. It's just a little leotard with like 3/4 sleeves and this little piece ironed on. It's very, very simple. But, I mean, that's her outfit. And then she has these painted on lines as well as shoes on her legs. And unfortunately, the legs are permanently postured, but I do think it is a very pretty posturing to the legs. I think they did a good job. Like, yeah, she's a simple little doll that can fly around your room and keep you company. And that's what she signed up to be. So, yeah, that's fine. I love her. I think she's super, super cute. So she has the like regular 5 points of articulation. Mine is going to be a little weird on display because if I can't get that suction cup off, I think I'm just gonna have it sticking off like that. I'm loving this Twisty Curls Barbie. I definitely think this is a winner in the gimmicks department. A lot of gimmicks don't really function super well, so I was very excited that that one did. I figured it would because I've had similar like toys in the past, but it's great. I mean, there's even an entire My Little Pony playset that just does that, and it's awesome, and I wish I still had it. I do not know why I did not keep that playset. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. Everybody's short because Barbie's sitting. I love how sweet all of these dolls look. They're, well, you can't really see with Chum Fau. She looks a little bit scared, but, I mean, it took a while before anime dolls kind of got their footing and started looking really, like, pleasant and gorgeous. And, I mean, you start to see that a little bit, but definitely took a while. A lot of them in the 2000s are a little bit scary looking. Yeah. I really, really love these dolls. I'm really excited that I got the chance to unbox them, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. These are, it's so funny, I'm still in review brain. I was trying to be like, oh, this is a great buy, but like, I mean, yeah, you can seek these out. And honestly, there's this perception, I think, among doll collectors, especially newer doll collectors, which this is nothing against you, it's something that I also had to work my way out of, that anything older is going to be impossible for you to get. It's going to be $1 million and just don't even think about it. but it's not true. You can get some of the like most gorgeous, incredible dolls for super, super cheap. There's dolls from the 80s that are worth a ridiculous amount of money. They are unfathomable to just buy on eBay. But there's tons of forgotten dolls from that time period, not necessarily forgotten, but just not as popular, that are just as good, that you can get super, super cheap. This doll I have found twice now for, I think, $20 and under both times. These dolls, I kind of paid a lot for them, but you can find them relatively cheap all the time. I don't know about this one. I'm not Japanese. I've been looking for her, and I found her. I mean, 40, 50, up to $100 for her. I don't know. She might be a little bit rare. She doesn't seem like she was a Playline doll or anything, so I don't know. But yeah, start expanding your horizons a little bit. If you like 80s Barbies, or if you like 90s Barbies, or if you're looking for dolls from that era, you'll be surprised. People will pay like $600 for a Bratz doll out of the box in bad condition, missing stuff. And then like some of the coolest historic Barbie pieces will go for about that much too in better condition. So it's like, I think the perspective is skewed a little bit. So if you're looking for dolls like this, check it out. Also, that's no shade to the people who do spend that on Bratz. I'm just saying, like, it's so interesting. Like, I would spend a lot on a Winx doll, and then I would think, oh, I could never afford these older Barbies. But when I look into it, the amount that I'd spend on Winx dolls, and I don't even spend that much compared to what other people do, I could have gotten these older Barbies. So I was just overlooking them this entire time, just thinking, surely they're super expensive, and they're really not. It's quite interesting, actually. It just depends on how much hype there is around them always. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully any of that made sense. Look around. Expand your horizons a little bit. If you're interested in vintage dolls, you'll be surprised how relatively affordable they are, especially when you consider how old they are, how much rarer they get over time, stuff like that. Not that Twisty Curls Barbie in particular has gotten super, super rare or anything. In fact, I've seen 2 of them with my own eyes in the box recently, like in the past year. But, you know, she's not common, I wouldn't think. Maybe among 80s Barbies she might be. I have no idea. I'm not super knowledgeable about 80s Barbies, but I'm having fun diving in. And yeah, let me know if you have experience with any of these dolls, or if you like any of them, or if you want to see more videos themed like this one. I have a 2000s video and a 90s video queued up. I actually have multiple 2000s videos. There's no way I can fit all those in one video. There's kind of a lot. What? 90s too? I don't know. There's a lot of dolls is the point. But yeah, let me know what you think. I did a 2000s video just like this one. If you want to see it, I will link it in the description. This is a whole series where I'm going to be doing like little decade-themed unboxings. So this is, I think, the second one that I've done. At least recently. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching for all this time. Bye! Hi, pretty. Well, goodness! You're the center of attention over here, huh? Hi! Hi, Becky! Look at your mom.